Hi, this is GED teacher Damon Tennant, and in this video, I'm going to go over a GED algebra type of word problem. So when you're thinking about algebra on the GED test, you got to think about a few different kinds of questions that can show up for algebra. Number one, it could be the straight ahead skill problem. So that's 3x equals 15 as an example. Then you have the word problem, okay? And then you also have what could be like a graph, so there's some data here, there's some data there, and there's some points here, and you're trying to find the slope of a line or something like that, or sometimes there's a chart, and you got some data here, and this is some information here, here's some information there. So really there's three types of algebra problems that you're going to see on the test. You're going to see one, the straight ahead skill problems, just simply solving for x. Two, you're going to see a word problem that probably is going to come back to the skill of solving for x. And then you're going to see some graph linear equations and then just regular pulling information off of a graph and working with some functions and things like that. So these are the three types of algebra problems you're going to see on the test. So in this video, I'm going to work on number one, a skill problem. Now on this problem, this is a skill problem, but this is a question I get all the time because a lot of people do not know what to do when there's a fraction, when you're asked to solve for x and then there's a fraction in it. So I'm going to walk through the steps of actually how to do that in this video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to recognize that you want to get rid of this fraction. And so you get rid of this fraction by doing this opposite. So this is x divided by 3. So the opposite of x divided by 3 is x multiplied by 3. And so you're going to multiply this to do its opposite. And when you do the opposite, because the opposite of division is multiplication, when you do its opposite, and if you've been working in my course, you know this is the steps in my COPA method, but that's for another video. But anyhow, suffice it to say, to whittle down, to get down here where x equals something, you have to do the opposite. So this is x divided by 3, so we're going to do the opposite of that. Now, because we can't just do it to that number, why? Because it says that this is equal. So if I do the opposite of this only to this number, then this can no longer be equal because now I've changed this. But if what I do here, I also do it to here, I also do it to here, also do it to here, then everything remains equal. And that's a key concept that you really got to understand, is that whatever you do over here, you gotta distribute it across, and you'll see that as we go through this problem. So x divided by 3, we're doing this opposite, x multiplied by 3. So 3 that crosses out, and you just get x. And then 3 times 6, you get 18. And then 3 times 3x is 9x. And then 3 times 34 is 102. Now, from there, again, remember I talked about doing the opposite. And so the opposite here, because we want to get down here, x equals something over here. So we're going to do the opposite of 9x, which is minus 9x. So if I do minus 9x here, I have to do it over here, because that keeps it equal and balanced. So over here you get minus 9x in x, so you're just going to get minus 8x. Why? Because we understand that we don't see the number 1 here, but we assume and understand that there's the number 1 there because it's just x by itself. So that's why 9x minus 9x plus x, that's why you get minus 8x. And then over here, that gets rid of it, and so now we only have the x on this side, and then we are left here with minus 102. Now we still have this 18 here, so this is positive 18 right here, so we're going to do minus 18, and we're going to do minus 18 over here, and so that minus 18 and 18 gets rid of that. Now you're down to minus 8x. And then minus 102 minus 18 gives you minus 120. Okay? So again, you see that we're just continuing to do the opposites, whittling this problem down all the way to the bottom. So division, opposite was multiplication. This was addition, opposite was subtraction. This was addition, opposite was subtraction. Now we have x multiplied by minus 8. So again, the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we're going to divide by a negative 8. And if we do it to that side, we're going to do it to this side over here. That cancels out. Also, if you've been working with me, you know a minus divided by a minus gives you positive. And so that's going to give you x equals positive 15. So the answer will be x equals 15. So let me just go back and review briefly. We started here with the fraction. Many people struggle with that. What do? Well, you do the opposite. So it's division. The opposite is multiplication. But you need to make sure to distribute that across all the numbers because it's equal. And then you're just doing the opposite. So you have positive 9x, you do minus 9x. You have positive 18, you do minus 18. You have 8. You have x multiplied by negative 8. You do x divided by negative 8. And then you whittle down, whittle down, whittle down, and get to your answer. Now, I'd like to invite you to join my online GED course. If you like how I teach and how I break things down here, I'd like to invite you to join my course. I do this every week in my course. I do it for math. I do it for essay. I do it for reading skills. I do it for social studies. I do it for science. We make these videos to break these concepts down so you can have success. So if you're interested, go to mygedlive.com. If you like this video, please like it. And also please subscribe to this channel. That way you'll get emails or however you have your notifications set up in YouTube that every time I put out a new video, you'll get access to it. A link right that you can click on and see what the video is new for the week. This has been GED teacher Damon Tennant. Hope this video has helped you.